What's going on, everyone? This is Fred, findmyvapes.com, and today we're going to take a look at the Sigelei 100 watt. Alright, so I'm a little late to the party. There's already a ton of reviews on this device. But this was a box mod that I really wanted to try out. So I have to give a big thanks to elementvape.com for sending this out to me. Now, because the Sigelei 100 watt has been reviewed by so many people, I'm not going to get too technical or go into too many details about this device. What I am going to do is give you a quick overview, tell you about how I've been using it, and how it's been performing for me. So this device uses an SX330 chip, which goes up to 100 watts. Now, to be clear, there is a voltage output limit, which means you're not going to get the full 100 watts with every single coil resistance. The maximum voltage output this device can deliver is 7 volts. So if you want the full 100 watts, that means you need to build a coil that requires less than 7 volts to hit that 100 watts. So basically anything 0.5 ohms and below will give you the full 100 watts. So if you build 0.6 and above, you're going to get capped out on the wattage. Now, to be perfectly honest, this isn't a big issue for me because personally, I always build my coils 0.2 to around 0.5. Now, for me and the way that I use it, I get the full power. And currently, I'm vaping on an Aspire Atlantis, which is at a 0.6 ohms. And I'm vaping at 35 watts, which gives me about 4.6 volts. And I'm really impressed with the performance. Now, on the front of the box is where you have all your controls. You have your fire switch, your up and down switches, and the OLED display. Now, the fire switch does have a nice short tactile feel to it, and it is clicky, but it's more of a soft click. And the OLED display has sort of a retro look to it, and it gives you all the information that you need without being cluttered. Now, this device is powered by two 18650 batteries wired in series, and the lid is held on by magnets with optional screws. Now, because this is powered by two 18650 batteries, you get really good battery life. Depending on the atomizer that I use, I usually vape around 35 to 50 watts, and I easily get at least a day and a half of constant use. Now, one of the biggest complaints that people are having is the 510 connector. Now, this is an adjustable 510 connector, and the adjustments are made by this copper screw, which is reverse threaded, meaning you turn clockwise to raise the pin, counterclockwise to lower it. So I'm going to have to agree with the other reviews. This is not my favorite 510. But with that said, I've had no issues with it. All of my atomizers, whether it's tanks or RDAs, they all fit flush. Also, there's no USB charging options on this box, which personally, I think that's a good thing. There was a point in time where I wanted all of my devices to be charged by USB. But when you start using dual battery devices like this, you start to realize that the USB charger is very slow. It's much easier just to pop off the lid, take out your batteries, and throw them in your charger. So these days I actually prefer no USB charging, as long as the batteries are easily accessible. So I've been using this every single day for the past 3 weeks. This has been my main device, and I gotta say, I'm really impressed with it. Now, the only changes that I would make is pretty minor, and it's really only cosmetic. The first change that I would make is to round off these corners. These corners are kind of sharp, not sharp that they would cut you, and it could be a little uncomfortable to hold. But after a couple days of using it, you really get used to it. But it'd be really nice if they rounded off these corners. Another minor change that I would make is to fill in these screw holes. With the magnetic door, there's really no need to have these screws. Now, I haven't had any issues with juice leaking into the screw holes, but aesthetically, it would look much better with no holes. And really, the only other change that I would make is the 510 connector. Making this connector a spring-loaded 510 would solve a lot of people's issues. But yeah, overall, I'm really liking this device. For the price, the performance, and the looks, this is really hard to beat. This is a really good value if you're looking for a high wattage box mod. So again, I did receive this from elementvape.com. So definitely check them out if you're looking to get your hands on one. And I believe they even have the updated version, the Sigelei 100 watt plus, which from what I understand fixes a lot of the minor issues that I just mentioned. So if you're on the fence deciding whether or not you should buy one, I personally would recommend it. But that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.